one person who has the entire thing. Okay. Oh, don't close the recorder, or otherwise it will stop recording. Good to know. Anyway.
Oh boy.
Anyway, we are playing Eclipse Phase, and I am not the GM because.
Oh boy.
I've never played this game before. I've never played a D100 game before, ever.
D100's great. You don't even know.
Eclipse Phase is pretty good. Let me explain the setting. In the grimdark future, Earth got destroyed by some AIs, and now you're a bunch of fucking awful people. You're literally animated in some cases. And,
I'm an action hero.
To get in the spirit of this, I've been drinking a lot. Oh boy. So, do you want to start, or do you want to wait a little bit?
Let's wait a little bit for Bobbin and just shoot the shit for right now. So
tell people about your character.
You go.
Oh yes, my character. His name is Chet Awesome Laser. He thinks.
Oh God.
He thinks that he is in a action movie, and thus acts upon that. Only he's really bad at it. He's more of a mental guy, but he acts like he's an fighty guy. So he dies a lot, like a lot. He has 3 brains, and he has like 5 little spider robot dudes who look like jumping spiders because those are the cutest spiders. And he can.
Those aren't peacock spiders.
Aren't peacock spiders a kind of jumping spider?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, well.
I just know it's a peacock speed. Yes.
Anyway, so he has 3 brains, and then he can split himself into 3 different kinds of or 3 different people, and then put his mind into the robot spiders. So technically, he can be up to 9 people at once. Oh, hey, there we are. There's Bobbin.
Okay,
I would just like to point out that he's not technically 9 people. It's the same person. He's just copied his brain.
Yeah, he's the same person 9 times.
Yes, but they're technically different people.
Yes.
In Eclipse Phase, your brain is software, and it's really hard to die because you can just get a new body if you can afford it.
Yeah.
So death is not an issue.
My guy has died a lot in
the
backstory of everything.
The Matrix, if you will. It's kind of like tracking off.
Oh, and you asked if I wanted. You said I had to choose an alpha, beta, or delta at the beginning of a session.
Yes. What do you want to have in your 2 other brains? An alpha fork, a delta fork, or a beta fork?
For this one, I will experiment and go with beta fork.
All right, so I believe it's 3 of your skills. Choose them, and they have those skills at 60.
Okay, at 60. Okay.
Ooh, sweet deal.
Or whatever you have your skill at.
Oh,
so it can't be above 60.
It can't be. Like it's whatever my skill is at or 60. Okay.
Yeah, it's capped at 60. Well, beta forks are kind of intentionally stupid by design.
I actually don't have any skills that are. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at ranks, not values.
You fucking dummy.
Yeah, no, I was looking at ranks, not values. Hold on.
Look at the sheet, Kalon. Fuck.
I'm looking at the sheet.
I think it says total.
We will say 1 is stunt driving. They have stunt driving because that's appropriately action-y.
And useful on Saturn's moons.
Yes, exactly.
Oh boy.
1 will be fray, so that way, if we actually do get into a fight, they aren't completely useless.
Good.
And let's see. What's the 3rd skill that I want to choose?
The thing to punch things.
You can.
Well, if they're going to be good at stunt driving, they should probably take this groundcraft skill that I have, so that way they can actually fucking drive it. So let's do that.
You can also have each of your brains have different skills. So big forks are literally you're just making a copy of yourself, and then you're deleting the majority of the files.
Okay.
Basically.
Well,
So
Well,
just write it down, or you
okay.
can just leave them
Just
blank
like
for now.
my hard drive.
Okay, I will.
Just like one of my Japanese animes.
No, that's
For-
later.
For right
And by
now,
later, I mean pretty much
for
just as
this
Caelan's
for this
talking.
session, I want to keep it simple so that way I don't overwhelm myself. And I'm just going to say
Okay.
that both of them have the same 3 skills. So groundcraft,
Okay,
stunt
perfect.
driving, and
Perfect.
fray.
All right, and because they're beta forks, as soon as they turn on, some bad stuff is going to happen. So as soon as you decide to turn those brains on, they are going to realize that they are shallow copies of you, and they're going to go slightly insane and take some mental stress. Other fun things, because they realize that they're probably going to get deleted at some point, and they don't like that.
Listen,
Just
it'll
screaming
be
constantly
fine.
into your ears.
It'll be fine.
No,
It'll be
no,
okay.
I did have one game where a player did make so many beta forks of themselves, they all realized that they were going to die and they would not stop screaming, and then he went insane. He just filled a server with like 1 million copies of himself, and he's like, I'm just going to leave. And then 5 minutes later, he comes back and realized he left it on accelerated time and they'd been trapped for like 1 million years. So that was actually Ceciltron's character, and he had the worst time ever.
Someone who got stuck on Earth, too. Was that a different game?
Yes, that was also that, but he wasn't there for Earth, where they were coughing up lungs, and one guy was just like, Earth is the worst. Everyone went insane that game. So yes, Eclipse Phase is basically a mix between you're going to go insane and having cool space adventures, but well, we'll see. So, are we ready to start?
Well, I mean, the other two haven't described their characters yet.
Yes,
so
we're actually going to get to that. I was going to do it then.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish this drink.
Yeah,
Abe's
Bobbin
not
is
gonna show
here,
up.
but I don't know if he's ready or not.
I forgot I was on Press to Talk.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Okay, let's do this in alphabetical order. So I'm going to set the basic premise of this game up. You guys are all not employed by Firewall, but you work with Firewall, which is a secret conspiracy that tries to stop transhumanity from becoming extinct, which almost happened about 10 years ago when Earth fell to the Titans, which were seed AIs. Seed AI means they can continually self-improve until they're like perfect. So they destroyed Earth and then just fucking disappeared. And Firewall's like, let's not have that happen again.
The singularity happened and it tried to kill us.
Yes, basically that. So Firewall is not actually an official organization. They're like a secret conspiracy. So they recruit people like, you're blood in, blood out. Oh, you fucking saw something awful? Guess what? You're now in Firewall, and if you don't want to be in Firewall, we're going to kill you forever. So you've all been recruited by Firewall. So we're going to start with Bobbin. Go ahead and introduce your character, Bobbin, and tell us about them. And then I will tell you a thing that happens. Go ahead.
So is this what the other other characters are supposed to know?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your character. You don't have to, I mean, you can tell them about async stuff. In character, they won't know that. But I figure since Caelan's streaming this, it's kind of a good idea to let everyone know what your character can do. So go nuts.
Okay, so I'm a parrot. I'm psychic. And my day job is running the numbers for the Night Cartel.
The Night Cartel is what happens when you have the Italian Mafia and the Russian Mafia fused together in space.
And the Irish Mafia.
Yes. It's basically all the Mafias.
Except for the Triads.
Yes, the Triads are a different thing, which actually we will get to. So, what's your character's name? Bobbin?
Pietro.
Okay, Pietro the Parrot. Jesus Christ. All right, Pietro the Parrot. You are on the, I believe it's an asteroid of one of Saturn's moons called Profunda, which Profunda is basically anarcho-capitalist, which means it's fucking awful. But it somehow works because this is Eclipse Phase. The whole asteroid is owned by the Profunda Corporation, and every citizen has at least one share in the corporation. You are there on behalf of the Night Syndicate to negotiate with the Saint Catherine's Tong, which is a Quebecois Chinese Scandinavian triad that's based out of the moon of Titan. So you're actually there negotiating. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, like what you're negotiating for, stuff like that.
So that's the excuse for why I'm there?
Yeah, that's why you're there. That's why you're on Profunda. It's a neutral ground that's still technically orbiting Saturn. You're the lawyer, so you're trying to make a deal here. For the completely legal operations that your employer has, and the completely legal operations for St. Catherine's Tong.
Well, I suppose on an anarcho-capitalist asteroid, technically they are all legal here.
Yes, they are. There's something called the red market, but we're not going to get into that.
It's like if Reddit ran a planet.
Oh boy, no, there is a Reddit planet. We're not going there ever.
Oh god.
We're not going there. It's Reddit country.
Oh man. So yeah, tell us like what you're negotiating for, stuff like that. I have not made anything up. I want to hear what you're doing.
Stolen backup chips.
Okay, so you're negotiating for cortical stacks, basically, of people who have died or gone missing, and that's actually pretty valuable, especially.
Or they were actually, or they might have just been stolen out of the usual backup areas.
Yes.
Bribe someone there, have him just smuggle a few spare chips out.
Okay, so that's actually pretty valuable in the outer system because every fork you make is a legal citizen. So they actually would get a share of any actual living person. So if you basically resurrected them, their assets would be split in half and they'd owe you for resing them. So it's a pretty interesting bracket you're running. Yeah, the future is fucked up. You actually, you're in the middle of negotiating with the triads.
The future's great, man.
Yeah, the future's great. When you get a message from what you recognize as a firewall, it's not called email, but we're just going to call it email because I can't fucking think of the name. When you get a message from firewall email and you open it up and it's basically a date, a time, and a location on Profunda, and it says be there, and then that's it. So it's just telling you straight up to go somewhere. You recognize it as part of Profunda's scum district. So it's just, yeah, it's telling you to go to the scum district, stand in a specific location at a specific time.
Oh, and maybe briefly, the scum, they're the best.
Yes, the scummers. Go ahead. Well, actually, we'll get to you in a second and your character, so hold off on the scum. So how does Pietro feel about this email he's just received, basically telling you to go to a location?
Exceptionally anxious, but that's just because he's always exceptionally anxious.
All right.
But more specifically, somewhat relieved, because this has been kind of hanging over his head for a while now.
All right, perfect. It also says in the email, always bet on Chairman Meow, and you have no idea what that means. Unless you have a skill real scum or anything, which you could roll. Do you have...
I do not have any real knowledge of scum, no.
All right, so you're completely lost. You're like, what the hell what's a Chairman Meow? Besides some awful cat pun.
Yeah, you know enough about ancient history that you know it's a pun, but...
Actually, I wouldn't really know much about ancient history either.
You always know when a pun is happening because your pun sense tingles. Anywho.
Oh, you got the G-up augment.
Oh my god. All right, let's move on to Heave. Heave, tell us about your character.
Okay.
Heave's character is the worst.
His name is Reaper Blood Killer.
Oh my fucking god.
Sorry, repeat that?
Reaper Blood Killer.
Reaper Blood Killer, okay.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
That's
he's
the
in
most
a flying
fucking orc name ever.
He's in a flying squid body because you know how it is.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So he is the Scum faction. The Scum are great. They are big hedonists who are all about this whole transhumanism thing. and just I don't know, try to push players through transhumanism, enjoy life as much as possible, and screw everyone else, basically.
Yeah, they're also known for their giant fleets of ships called scum swarms. They're kind of like space gypsies. They literally just roam places and then they dock somewhere for supplies. They have giant fucking parties. They actually own their own exoplanet, which is made entirely of weed. That's not a joke. I wish that was a joke, but it's not a joke.
No, that's
So-
great.
Like
Okay,
terraforming, or did they just get lucky?
No, they just got lucky, and the planet they happened to
Because
stumble
they're
upon
scum.
had weed. Like, it's not actually weed; it's a hallucinating drug similar to weed, and they fucking smoke it all the time.
so let me just read verbatim what I wrote for my character's backstory.
Oh boy.
Oh, and by the way, he was an original space colonist, so he's kind of been around for a while and in space most of his life. Okay, so this guy just really wanted to go to space, you see. He was a horrible, insufferable nerd that even other nerds want to bully. He was really good at robot stuff, though, and I left out a bunch of letters in though. Also, he was way too Also, he was way. I've also been drinking.
Welcome to
Also,
the
he was
party.
way
So
too
shows your
into
character.
anime. Like, shut up, dude. No one wants to know what you think about Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh my
Through a
god.
through a series of experiments over the decades, he kind of got himself stuck in a squid body. Oh, also, he turned his kid brother, who he's supposed to be looking after, into a swarm of things. Shit happens, you know.
All right. I feel
Oh.
like I should point out I gave each player a special skill after I read about what they did and talked to them. And for Heath's character, Reaper Bloodkiller or whatever, I said, okay, you can get a special skill called Interest Old Earth Animes, and then he fucking told me I already have that skill. And I was like, good. So now you can have a bonus points to your fucking unarmed skill because anime taught you how to fight. This
Oh.
is true. It's
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
Also, I completely forgot about a huge part of my character is that he also accidentally made a fork of himself and went rogue.
God damn it.
Decided to, get a normal office job, live like a goddamn competent human being who has his life together, and has primary custody of the kid brother swarm, which means that my character is paying child support to himself.
Yes, welcome to the transhuman future. Okay. Blood Killer, you are actually already in the scum district of Profunda because you feel at home, and you're arguing over the mesh in Simulspace, which is like virtual reality, with yourself over child support payments for your brother, who we don't even have a name for. And you yourself, known as Hank, is arguing. He's saying, listen, you're already late. You're already behind 2,000 credits on the payments for our brother. Like, when are you going to get your shit together, Blood? Oh my god, I can't even say it. Your name's Hank. Hank, when are you going to get your shit together? When? So you're having an argument with yourself in the most literal sense. When you get an email from Firewall that is basically the exact same things. It's coordinates, a date, and a time, and it says always bet on Chairman Meow. And it's already in the scum district, and you realize, oh, hey, I'm already there. So you know for a fact, I will just say, that Chairman Meow is a famous scum swarm cat. Scum swarm cats are genetically modified cats that are used to race and fight each other in scum, and everyone just bets. So it's basically telling you to go bet on a scum swarm cat. So what do? You're arguing with yourself. What do? You realize you have to actually leave pretty soon to get to the meet.
Hey, look, me, a distraction.
What are you talking about, Hank?
I spray virtual ink his face and leave.
If you god damn it!
This is the best character. Holy shit!
You just sign off. You spray virtual ink in his face, and you sign off, and you start getting emails from yourself. They're like, "What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?" And he gets on your Spacebook, which is Facebook in space, and he starts giving bad reviews of you. So,
Yeah, this fits in.
What kind of rep do you have?
Downvotes all of your posts on the subreddit.
You know, I have a trait about this.
Yes, no.
I have a.
No, I'm not asking you to roll, but maybe you'll want to roll after this. But like, what kind of points do you have in rep? So like, I think it's the third page or something where it's like C rep, G rep.
I have 20 points in at rep, 10 points in G rep, 20 points in R rep.
All right. You will lose 1 point in at rep, which is with the anarchists, because he's just literally he's spelling everything correctly on your Spacebook, and he's not even using slang. And all the anarchists are thinking you're a poser. So you will lose 1 reputation with them because they think you're a giant fat liar. Unless you would like to make a networking test with the anarchists to convince them that they are in fact wrong.
Okay,
so
networking.
Yes, networking anarchists. So let me explain this while you try and find stuff. In Eclipse Phase, reputation is actually a currency. How many people like you on Space YouTube translates directly into the kinds of favors and stuff you can get. So Heave is having a crisis where people are literally downvoting him, and he's losing money.
Don't have networking anarchists.
You always have that skill, so you can always roll it at base value. So I believe it's whatever your savvy is.
My savvy, eh?
Yeah, you can actually find it on your sheet, and you can just roll it at base. If it has a star by it, you can't roll it without having points in the skill. So anything else though?
Okay, yeah, that's not an associated thing. I have associated rep with anarchist, but not direct anarchist rep.
Yeah, you aren't good at networking, basically. You have a lot of rep with the people who like you.
I will fail this anyway, yeah.
Alright, what did you get?
76.
76. What's your skill?
My savvy is 10.
Alright, so literally no one believes you. So you lose 1 at rep. So you had 20, you have 19 now. And people are literally like, God damn it, blood shitter, or whatever your fucking name was. God damn it, Reaper. You're such a fucking poser. I mean, this guy is using correct grammar.
Listen, I have to send off an email to myself. But listen, I have to go to Space Akihabara. It's important.
What are you talking about, you fucking weeaboo?
Get you next time, Gadget.
God damn it.
I imagine that guy must think that you're the fork.
Mm-hmm.
No one's quite
sure.
He
totally does.
Anywho, let's get on to Callan. So Callan, you already kind of told us about your character, but why don't you tell everyone again? Because why not?
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
So his name is Chet Awesome Laser, and he believes that the universe is just one big action movie, and he's the fucking star. Unfortunately, he is terrible at it. He dies a lot by doing really stupid shit, like setting off explosions and then waiting for the last possible moment to jump away to safety. However, he sort of miscalculates and doesn't jump in time, and therefore dies a slow, horrible, painful death due to third-degree burns.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Stuff like that.
So, Chet is an AGI, which is artificial generalized intelligence, which is different from an AI in that he has way more independence and can actually learn things like a normal person. He has 3 brains.
Keyword
is all. Go ahead.
Keyword there being can. Choosing to, however, is a different story.
Yes, Chet is very interesting. How much Moxie did I give you, by the way?
Where do I check that?
It should be under MOX if you're generating a character sheet, or it should be on the first tab if you're just looking at the character creator.
Extra Moxie 5.
All right, so you have 6 total. Chet is also an extremely lucky motherfucker. Moxie directly represents how lucky you are. And in some cases, I will ask you ask you to multiply your Moxie by 10, and then give me a luck roll. So your
Okay.
current Moxie by 10. That goes for everyone. So we'll get into Moxie later. But Chet, you actually have been working for Firewall. You don't even know how long. I mean, you've suffered a lot of neural damage. They've sent you on a lot of suicide missions, which you've gladly accepted. You're kind of go ahead.
Of course I gladly accepted them. I'm the fucking hero, man.
Yeah, so generally when they need a nerd who isn't afraid to do actual like field work, they'll send you in because you're pretty good at hacking and don't have a lot of fear when it comes to
Self-preservation.
dying. I mean, if you're gonna be mean.
Yes, Bobbin has it directly on the head.
All right, so you've been working. You can't even remember when you started working for Firewall or why you did. It's you've suffered some neural damage basically. You just got re-resed, which means you've just been sleeved into your body. You don't remember why you needed to be resed. You're pretty sure you died on a mission. You're not sure what mission. You just remember that the technician is waking you up. So I would very much like for you to give me continuity, which I think is on your sheet, but if not, I will look it up in the book. Give me 1 second. Basically, Jesus Christ. When you get into a new body, you need to do a couple rolls, and I'm just going to showcase it by making you do some continuity for no apparent good reason.
Okay. So, what tab would that be under?
I think it's on the sheet. Generate the sheet by going to character and then generate character sheet.
Yeah,
If you
but I'm
can't
looking
find
at my sheet and I'm not seeing it.
Really, that seems very sad. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
You also have bonuses to it. I think you have a 20 to complete. So,
Did he take Phoenix?
I gave him Phoenix. Okay.
Yes, level 1 Phoenix.
Okay, so continuity is your willpower times 3. Plus any
Willpower
modifiers.
times 3. So plus 10. Phoenix level 1 is plus 20?
Yeah, plus 20.
Okay, so you said it's willpower?
Yes, your base willpower, not including your morph.
Okay, times 3
Yes,
is 75. So I just need
plus
to roll
20.
plus
So,
20. So I need to roll a 95. If I fuck this up, it will be something legendary.
Tell me what you get, by the way.
I got a 9.
You got a 9.
A 9.
Okay, you're back up from. Let me see. Let me see. I have tables here. Give me 1 second. Okay, reduce stress damage by 1 point per. So what did you roll?
A 9.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. So you're actually you wake up and you realize it's actually been 2 days since you like backed up. You're a backup. You realize you're a backup and you've lost 2 days, which is kind of frightening. So you're actually going to take a little bit of stress and then probably heal it because Firewall is nice and we'll talk you through it. But let me roll that. All right. Oh.
Isn't it just standard acclimation period, though?
No, continuity is directly like stress, based on how you died. So you have a memory gap greater than 1 day, but you don't remember violent death. And I'm just gonna say with the success you've gotten.
I think
Yes?
like the further the number away is from the success point, the better it is.
Mhm. No, the rules that you probably downloaded are old and not the new ones, which are basically blackjack. So you want to roll under your skill, but as close to it as possible.
That's weird.
That is very
Yes.
weird.
It's very, very weird,
It's fine.
but
No, it's not.
whatever. So actually, you're feeling pretty good about this, I'm going to say. You don't actually take any stress. You're like,
Oh, I died
oh
again.
man, I
Whatever.
died again? Neato. You high-five yourself. And the technician who's like re-sleeving you is looking at you like, what the hell are you doing, man?
I'm high-fiving myself. What does it look like?
That's really weird. Why are you doing that?
Okay, look, I'll do this instead. I pull out one of my spider buddies, and he holds up one of his legs, and I high five that, and then I put him back.
All right, yeah, you high five it, and he's like, that. Okay, whatever. And he's like, listen, we're only re-sleeving you so early because we actually have another mission for you. And he basically just gives you the same information, like, go to this place. You're going to meet the new team. Always bet on Chairman Meow. So,
all right.
I think they would
that,
at least
I
be more
believe
direct
that's,
with him about the hint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really need to
So-
test him on anything.
All right. So I
Yeah,
look at
no,
it, and
it's clearly.
I ask my muse, LUC45.
Oh boy.
I'm
boy.
asking. This is the start of the next movie, isn't it? This is it. This is the in media res thing that we're going to start out with, isn't it?
Yes, baby. It's going to be fabulous. He like takes one of those little director things and he like claps and shows. He's like, action, scene, let's go.
All right.
And he's like, remember, we got to be perfect on this.
Right.
Like, you need
Cool.
to check yourself in the mirror and do your hair. You got to comb your hair.
Right. Put on a
Where's my
tuxedo.
makeup? You're wearing a tuxedo.
Yes.
You can have a tuxedo. It's free.
Excellent.
Just instead of walking through the door, you jump through the window beside it.
Yes.
God damn it,
Yeah,
the
every
James
time.
Bond theme to yourself all the while.
That's exactly what I do. Actually, instead of leaving through the door, I just leap through the window in the whatever building I'm in, and they are probably so used to this by now.
The technician looks at you and he screams out the window, "That's gonna take at least 50 credits to fabricate, you fucking moron!"
And
Why do you keep
I don't
placing
even
that?
I don't even listen to him because as I'm walking to the ship, I'm just adjusting my tie.
All right, perfect. All right, so
Glass
you're
sticking out
already,
of your face.
he is in fact a robot, so he doesn't care.
It adds to the
So-
charm.
Yes, you're actually already on Profunda, by the way, Chet. They actually took your ego. Last year, remember, you were on Mars for
Oh,
some
okay.
reason, and then they just basically emailed it over to Profunda, which is the thing you can do. That's how most people travel. You don't travel by ship because it's long and boring. You just
Oh, okay.
email your. Yep. So they emailed your brain. They put it in a new body. And you're like, oh, that's neat. So yeah. I'm just gonna say that y'all meet up at around the same time at the scenic Scum District. And there's a lot of cats, scum cats. They're basically racing. They're like low G adapted swarm cats. And by racing, I mean they are literally fighting each other. And there's a lot of really, really obvious cheating going on. Like the scum don't care. Like one guy is just, he runs onto the field and fucking chops a cat's head off. He's like,
Oh, that's
well,
me.
Yep, that's you. No, it's not. It's actually an NPC. It's actually an NPC
Oh,
for
yeah.
reasons. And then
You
the
look
dude-
out and you think to yourself, damn, I should have thought of that first.
and he's like, oh, well, I guess he's disqualified under Rule 66923, technical beheading. And some guy runs onto the field and he's like, that's against the rules. And he just starts fucking shooting him with a plasma gun. And people, instead of betting on the cats, they're betting on the people fighting like, oh, this guy's going to win. So would anyone like to get in on the action?
Is there a bar nearby?
Yes.
I
That's
go
a
up-
dumb question to ask.
Okay.
Everywhere. There's a bar everywhere.
Okay, I go up to there, I order a margarita, shaken, not stirred, take a sip, remember that I hate margaritas, and then just pay silently. And then I bet on Chairman Meow.
All right, perfect. You're a robot, so you can't actually drink. So the guy looks at you and he's like, okay, whatever, man. And he fabs you up he just pours like water in a glass and he's like, I hope you have like a compartment this can go into.
I
And,
do, and then it opens up, and I just slide it in, and it closes.
All right, perfect. So you're
So
betting
now
on
you're
Chairman
Bender.
Meow.
Yes.
Who else? What else is everyone doing? Chet's betting on Chairman Meow at the nearest bar. What's everyone else doing?
I'm assuming I already have that on Chairman Meow since I was
Yep,
closer.
okay. All right,
Also,
you
I'm-
just...
Passive aggressively sending emails to me.
All right, perfect. Like, fuck you, fucking fuck you, fuck me. Anyways, it's literally like Rick and Morty right now.
I have not seen that
All
show,
mine
so
is
the
horribly
reference is
misspelled.
lost on me.
I'm spelling fuck with an X.
I will just say that there's a scene where Rick meets a bunch of himself, and they say "fuck me," no, "fuck me." So basically, he was just like "fuck you," no, "fuck me." All right, what's Pietro doing? You actually don't stand out here, Pietro. There's a lot of uplifts and weird things that you have not seen before. You actually, no, you know what? You actually stand out because you're nicely dressed.
Also
Scum-
because I hate this place, and I can't wait to go home.
Yes, you hate it. There's a lot of cats. That's a downside. But the scum literally, like, they've never heard of fashion. Whatever they find in the dumpster, they just strap onto themselves and call it clothes. That's not a joke. So there's a literal guy who's a pile of garbage. So what's Pietro doing?
Sorry.
Are you just immediately going to go bet, or are you going to?
Well, I look around for the guy who looks the most like he's a boogie,
Mm-hmm.
including the fact that he is accepting bets.
Oh,
Everyone
that's
is a bookie.
everyone.
Everyone is a bookie. You actually do spot the guy, though, that you're supposed to go to.
The guy who looks
Roughly.
most like a chairman.
Yes, and I flap on up because I am a bird,
Yes.
and I slap a synth chip or whatever the hell they are.
It's literally all just digital. It's literally bitcoins. I'm not joking.
I slap down a virtual
Alright.
coin and I say, 1,000 on the fucking chairman.
Oh boy. Oh boy. The guy behind the counter goes, Chairman Meow, or literally the chairman in that fight over there, and he points to a guy. And it's two scums. It's two scums fighting, and one guy is known as the chairman because he has taped a chair to his head, and that is his scum name. And he's like, I mean, I'm confused.
I give
Are
the
you
arg-
betting on?
I give the fight a long look, and I turn back and say, here's 2,000. Bet on each.
All right, perfect. So he nods, and each of you receive a link to a symbol, which is like a virtual reality. So you click on it. I'm just going to say I'm going to railroad the shit out of you here, and you are suddenly all transported to the Judeo-Christian version of hell. So there's lots of flames, a lot of wailing damn souls, and lakes of fire.
Hey, this is just like Bleach.
You notice. Oh boy, first anime reference. So on top of a hill, you see a guy hanging upside down from a fig tree with a rope tied around one foot. He looks completely normal, and he's the only person you can see. So you kind of all approach him. You all notice like what you look like. In symbol space, you can look like anything. So up to you what you look like. You can be a cartoon squid if you want. I don't care. So yeah, you approach the guy hanging upside down, and when you get close to him, he opens his eyes, which are two voids full of stars. And then he speaks in the voice of a woman. He says, "Hail, wary seekers of enlightenment and well met. We have something that requires investigation. 2 days ago, Firewall's Crow on the Habitat Bright, Lyra Lambeth, failed to forecast her ego to Firewall's darknet servers, which basically means her backup. A crow is like a person who spots trouble, and Bright is notorious for like being a trouble spot because they're crazy scientists. So when we attempted to contact her on Bright, we could not. The organization is extremely concerned that the researchers on the habitat may have done something extremely unwise for you to investigate. Unfortunately, the situation is murky at best due to the complete lack of information available to us. We actually do have a backup of Lambeth's ego on file that you can interview if you'd like, but she cannot provide up-to-date information on Bright, as her ego backup is at least 2 weeks old. The primary goal of your mission is to infiltrate Bright, discover what has happened, and if needed, stop whatever is going on. Do you have any questions? So if you have any questions for the proxy, the guy who's talking to you, now would be the time to ask them.
Yeah, I'm getting paid for this, right?
Yes, you will find that as soon as the mission is completed, we will have transferred credits or reputation to your account as per our agreement. Fucking, what was your first name, Reaper? As per our agreement, Reaper.
Good. Here, antique anime for their removable panties still intact on cheap.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other questions for me?
Yeah, I got the question.
All right.
How many of these fucking missions do I have to do before you give my fucking things back?
Well, considering this is probably your first, several. But we have decided that if you do complete this submission to our satisfaction, Pietro, we will make sure that some of your memories are returned to you. A small incentive and sign of goodwill. Any other questions?
Lovely.
Oh boy. Any other questions?
Chet raises his hand. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
he says, "What is the expected amount of danger for this mission? Is it appropriate for my levels of expertise?"
Mr. Awesome Laser, I was warned about you. We don't actually know. Bright has been known to be working on. Well, I suppose you'll just have to talk to Lambert about that. But Bright has been known to be working on military contracts, so it might be something to do with that, or it might have nothing to do with that. As I said, we do have a copy of Lambert's ego that you can interview at your leisure.
All right.
So he says you all get a little message. If that's all, are you done asking questions? I suppose I should ask.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. He says I'll res up Lambert's backup, and you can question her if you'd like. So the scene disappears, and you are in a completely white room with a scared-looking scientist sitting at a desk, and she looks up and she says, "Are you here to interrogate me again?"
Again?
So well, I mean, Firewall's been sending people to talk to me quite frequently, so I assume you're just the latest batch of their interrogators.
Huh. Sending a lot of people, man. That's
Yes. So.
Well, I found out why they're sending me.
Oh boy. I don't. Okay. She does not know who you are. So
she doesn't know who Chet Awesome Laser is? She's been living under a rock for the last couple of years?
She's been living in a scientific community focused completely on scientific research. So, yeah.
So, yes, under a rock.
She's a geologist, yes.
Geop,
get out of here.
So, she doesn't look like she's willing to open up to you. So, you can try rolling, like persuasion, intimidate, music, stuff like that.
Allow me.
So,
scientist types, eh?
Yeah, you can try scientist
Oh, wait,
types.
they don't have scientists, they have robot types. Damn it!
I would like to step forward.
All right.
And suddenly I am the smoothest operator in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, lovely lady. I hear you have been through a difficult experience, or at least a version of you.
Yes, I'm told. I don't remember it, but you know how it is.
Ah, yes, I know exactly how that is.
All right. So, are you trying to make friends with her? What kind of tact are you taking here?
Persuasion.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Double aughts.
All right, so that's the best success you can get. 100 is always a critical success. 99 is always a critical failure. So, you're her new best friend. So she tells you, so I mean, fucking, what would you like to know, Mr. Talkie Guy?
Hey, you rude her with your bird-like charm.
So, here's the three things. You can ask her about any of them. You can ask her about none of them. Dr. Gloria Evernight was coming to have consult with some xenobiologists. Gloria Evernight is a notorious gene hacker and biodesigner, known for her neuroviruses. So she's like a terrorist, kind of. She makes bodies and then puts deadly neuroviruses in them. So the only place she's like actually welcomed anymore in the scientific community is the Outer Rim. So she's extremely dangerous. Next up, Lambeth tells you about there was a planetary consortium, which are like the inner system, like hyper-capitalist run, like government, I guess would be the best word. Though not really. They had a interest in some projects going on in Bright, and they sent some guys to invest, like basically kind of check up on their projects. So that was interesting. And the last thing she remembers is a group of scientists known as the Unfettered Geniuses were basically hyping up a science project they were about to release. So that's like the big major stuff that was happening. So you can ask her about any of those, and I will give you as much information as I have written down in my notes. So what would you like to know more about? It's all on you, Pietro. What would you like to know more about?
Well, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all of the proper nouns.
Oh boy, okay.
But let me see if I've got this straight. So the first person of interest is a lady scientist known for creating basically human viral bombs.
Yes, in the outer system, and especially in Bright, no one cares because they love science that much. And let me post her name for you. That is her name, Dr. Gloria Evernight. She's super notorious. So yeah, you can find out like what her specialty is if you have networking scientists. But other than that, she is, she went to Bright, which is mildly concerning to Firewall because like she's an outlaw terrorist biodesigner, which means she makes morphs that literally explode with horrible neuroviruses.
Right, and the third group was excited because they had created, what was that again?
The Unfettered Geniuses. They were basically hyping up something. Lambeth isn't certain what it's named. They were going to release something over the public mesh, basically the internet, to everyone on Bright, and they were really excited about it. And they were saying it was going to revolutionize the way science worked.
Okay, so we don't know the details. Does she know the details?
She basically, the Unfettered Geniuses were kind of secretive. They're ex-human, which means like where transhumans kind of strange to normal humanity, like we'd see them as kind of weird. Ex-humans are like, the human centipede, that makes sense as a body that I would want. Let's go make it. So ex-humans are fucking nuts and scary. The Unfettered Geniuses are an ex-human group of researchers.
Hence the
I like the sound
Unfettered,
of
I
those
guess.
guys.
Yes, they are basically they're interested in freeing themselves from their limitations. So what does that mean? You're not sure? Maybe they want more arms. Maybe that's a limitation they see. You don't know.
So they just
Lambeth
basically
isn't-
want to be Sworna.
Yes, basically. Yes, they're my self-insert. No, they are actually NPCs that have been written for the base game. So
Okay.
they're very, very interesting, and they kind of concern Firewall because like the last time Unfettered Genius went unchecked, the fall happened. So that's kind of concerning. And then, do you want to know more about the final like weird thing that happened that she can remember, or do you not care?
Owen?
I don't know. I don't know where Bobbin is. He died, or maybe he's taking notes.
At this point, my character is just off distracted, daydreaming about unfettered geniuses.
My
Wow.
character is just standing there with a sort of lopsided smile, and in his mind is just the Mission Impossible theme going.
Hey, one might say that he hopes senpais will notice him.
Oh boy. All right. So I don't know where Bobbin is, but if he has questions, I will gladly share information with him.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta go let my cat out.
I'm wondering
Alright,
if he
perfect.
forgot that he has push to talk on
I don't
somehow.
know. I don't know. I'm gonna drink some more.
Sounds like a good plan.
Tonight's game of Eclipse Phase
I am
is brought
back.
to you by Smirnoff Peach Bellini. It's really, really good because peaches are delicious. Please drink peaches with your mouth.
Okay,
Anywho,
I take it Bobbin hasn't asked the third
yes,
question
he
yet.
has not. He has
Okay.
not. If he comes back, I'll gladly answer it, but we'll move on for now.
Yeah.
So, Firewall does not have any resources in the area. So, they want you to get to Bright, but they can actually not make that happen. So, you guys have to figure that shit out yourself. Do you know for a fact that Profunda, if you don't actually own stock in the colony or the asteroid, it's very hard to get anything done. So, like a shuttle to Bright, even though Bright's like relatively close, would cost a whole lot of money or a whole lot of rep, which between you guys, you don't have.
Let's steal a spaceship.
Yep.
You
Time
could
to
definitely
steal.
steal.
Oh,
You could
there goes
definitely
Bobbin.
steal a spaceship, or Heave. I will say that your character, Reaper, knows that the Scum Swarm, there's no going back, is actually getting ready to leave Profunda, and you're pretty sure they're going to pass near Bright. So maybe they'll give you some passage. I'm just going to say that you know each Scum Swarm kind of has a gimmick, and you know that there's no going back. It's completely dedicated to historical recreation of old Earth, by which I mean they are not very good at it, and it's very awful.
Yeah, run bears.
Yoo-hoo!
It's even worse than that. Let me read you what directly comes from the book about them. There's no going back.
Oh, good.
Yes. Let me see. Okay, so each ship in the swarm has a theme, and the characters are you're basically free to go like explore it if you'd like. So there's Atomica, which is based around the 1950s Americana, but imagined by a Soviet propaganda specialist. Lots of backstabbing, decadence, and horrible Russian accents. The Keep on the Borderlands is designed as a medieval European wonderland, but as a fantasy RPG dungeon. The Sassy Wench is predictably pirate themed, but with only women. The Ronin explores the days of the Japanese shogunate, but with cyberpunk overtures.
Oh no! I
and
have a feeling that's the one that he was going for.
And the Gear Knight recreates Arthurian medieval culture, but with synth morphs exclusively. And you're free to create whatever ships you'd like as part of the Scum Swarm, as long as they stick to the rigid historical recreation theme that I have going on. So yeah, that's the there's no going back. So you could ask the no going back. There's no going back for a ride, and they'll probably give it to you for a favor, or you can try to figure something else out if you'd like. I don't have anything planned if you go like trying to figure out full disclosure if you try to figure out another way, but I will go with the theme if you would like. So
Hello?
Yeah, no, let's go
hello,
check these guys.
Okay, Bobbin. Now that you're back, now that Pietro's back.
The plug on my power strip fell out.
Oh.
Whoops. That sucks. So you know what? Would you like to know more about the third thing, or what would you like to know? Because you're still technically able to get the information. I'm not sure what the last thing you heard was.
You were pretty much about to explain what the unfettered scientists were up to.
Okay, they are ex-human, which is basically like transhuman that think the
yeah, you got me. I got the
okay.
backstory, but not what they were up to.
Okay, they're not. Lambert's not sure, but like Firewall is pretty sure that it's like bad. Like ex-humans are notoriously bad at following ethics and like good scientific research practices. Probably really bad. And then would you like to know?
Fair enough.
Yep, there. Would you like to know about the third thing?
Might as well.
All right, so the Planetary Consortium, this is going to take a little bit like backstory, but the Planetary Consortium is literally like it's like Mars and a couple inner system habitats that are ruled by a senate of hyper-capitalist businesses. So like the stock that you own in the Senate is basically how much voting you have. So they actually contracted some work out that will be illegal on Mars to Bright. Lambert was suspicious of them, like Firewall. The Planetary Consortium has a counterpoint, like a counter agency to Firewall called Oversight, which technically they're just like auditors, but really they function like Firewall, except they're they're sanctioned by the government. Wow, I've had a lot of drinks, so shut up. So Lambert thought maybe they were with Oversight, but she wasn't sure. So if anyone has interest hypercorp politics, interest conspiracies,
I have
I
conspiracies.
have that.
I have conspiracy theories. Yes.
you guys can both roll those and tell me what you get.
I have hypercore politics as an
Do
interest.
it. Do it, man.
I have an interest in conspiracy theories, and I rolled a 41, and my value is 60.
Okay.
So that means I
Okay.
super succeed, I guess, because I rolled above
Yes.
30.
Yes, you got an excellent success. Let's see what Pietro rolls.
And for the record, I also have networking hypercorps if this fails.
Okay, cool.
I am connected, as you might
Pietro-
imagine, from
Pietro is pretty cool.
91. This was on
91.
the interest roll.
All right, you can roll under networking hypercorps, or you can spend Moxie to switch it. The way Moxie works is a 91 can become a 19, or you can re-roll, and this is probably what most people use Moxie for, at least in my games. You can take a normal success and upgrade it to a critical success. So up to you how you want to spend your Moxie, but if you want to spend it for
Really
that, you
have that
can.
much on it, and it's kind of a redundant roll anyway. So
All right, go ahead and roll again.
well, I figure networking would actually take some time. So let's just hear what Galen
Alright.
has figured out.
All right. Chet, you realize there's actually, you can't believe this, but for once you're actually right when it comes to conspiracies. The moon landing was faked, you're pretty sure, even though you've
Whoa.
actually seen the moon landing. But
Whoa.
second thing,
You can totally
Um,
see where they photoshopped it incorrectly. Little things.
Yeah.
Pixels.
you realize that these guys were definitely oversight. Like Lambert's suspicion is like, you confirm it. These guys are definitely oversight. You got an excellent success. The way she describes them, they definitely have like training.
Huh.
If oversight's interested, that's really you don't want to say bad, but like unlike Firewall, who doesn't care, like I don't care if you're anarchist or hyper-capitalist, whatever, we're gonna protect you. Oversight's only interest is protecting the Planetary Consortium. So if Bright suddenly went dark, it might be that they like purged the station. They might have literally shot everyone in the head.
Huh.
So that's interesting. And Oversight, unlike Firewall, they have actual training regimens. They're actually government funded, and they actually have equipment. So that's actually freaking you out a little bit. Like these guys
No.
are Firewall plus.
Or it's making me really excited.
Yes. Oh man, it might be enemy spies.
Yeah.
All right.
Action.
So, wow. So, now that Pietro's back, I was just saying that Firewall actually doesn't have any like resources in the area, so they want you to get to Bright, but they're like, figure it out yourself, motherfuckers, and then they just left.
Later, shitboards.
Yeah. So, I actually have one way to get there written down, so I'll explain it to you. There's a scum swarm known as There's No Going Back that's in the area. And every scum swarm in the book has a gimmick, and there's no going back. Gimmick is historically recreating periods of time from old Earth on their various ships. Now, because this is the transhuman future, these recreations are really, really bad. So I'll just read you a couple. There's the Atomica, which is based around the 1950s Americana, but imagined by a Soviet propaganda specialist. So lots of backstabbing, decadence, and horrible Russian accents. The Keep on the Borderlands, which is medieval European Wonderland, but as a fantasy RPG dungeon. The Sassy Wench, which is pirate themed, but with only women. The Ronin, which is Japanese shogunate, but with cyber noir punk fucking weirdness. And there's the Gear Knight, which is Arthurian medieval culture, but with synth morphs exclusively used. And the characters, feel free to make up whatever the fuck you want for the Scum Swarm. So if you have an absolutely killer idea for a ship, you can just make one up. So that's one way. They're actually passing in front of Bright, so you might be able to get a favor from them. Or you can figure something else out. I don't really care. So, up to you guys. How do you want to get to Bright?
Well, personally,
listen. Guys, I know he's really awesome, guys. They're so into anime and sweet talking, totally.
Okay. We could do that. Or we could go on a dream cruise with Russian spies and be cool action dudes while we're going to our destination.
You can do both. It's not mutually exclusive.
Oh, it's not?
Yes.
Okay.
The way Scum Swarms work is there's a bunch of ships, and each ship in the you can't go back, there's no going back, has a different theme. So literally, if you go to Scum Swarm, you can hang out on Russian land, and fucking what is your name? Reaper can hang out on Ronin. So
okay, yeah.
All right. You have to get your own ass into Russian land.
But let's hear what Pietro has to say. Pietro, do you have any ideas how you want to get to Bright?
Well, there's probably a smuggler somewhere who owes me a favor.
That's always true. You can, if you want to roll networking criminals, you can try to find out if maybe there's a smuggler who owes you a favor here. If you fail, there's probably not, but well, I'm curious to see.
Oops.
So yeah, if you want to roll networking criminals, see if maybe you know someone.
Yep. 97.
97. I don't think that's a success based on what I know about your character.
My networking
can't have above 90.
is 65.
All right, so yeah, there's not really, I will say, because I kind of like fail forward, the triads you were talking to, they might be running a scam, but you just can't get in. They don't trust you enough. That's the major problem. Like, they don't know you, and they're triads, and typically triads shoot Night Syndicate members. So that's unfortunate, but you're pretty certain they're running some sort of scam. So does anyone else have any way they want to get on, or do you just want to go with the Scum Swarm?
Yeah, I'm going with Scum Swarm. I'm pretty confident in my knowledge of art history.
Let's go to the Scum Swarm, and I will chat up some drunk Ruskies.
All right.
And I will change my clothing to my best drunken cyber Ronin.
By the way, how did our bets pay out?
That's a good question. Does anyone actually have interest gambling?
I think I do. I do actually have that. Remember?
Try and actually, yes.
Because that's like Casino Royale was a thing. Why not?
You have the trait that you can automatically get any backrack game within 500 miles.
I rolled a 54 and my value is 60. So
54. How many credits did you bet?
I'll say. Well, I didn't say. So we'll go with 500. 500 doesn't sound like a lot.
All right, you gain 1,000. Everyone else, you break even because you don't actually have the skill to like gamble. You basically break even. You know, is what it is.
But didn't we all bet on the same thing?
You know what? Fine. That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. How much did you bet, Pietro?
Pietro did
You
bet
bet
1,000. I remember
You bet
him
1,000. You
saying
got
that.
2,000 on him. But
I also got
chairman,
1,000 on the other chairman.
Chairman did not win.
Wait.
It turns out that taping a chair to your head impairs your ability to fight. So he did not win against the guy with the plasma rifle. So you lost 1,000 on that, but you got 2,000 on Chairman Meow. So you break even. Heave, how much did you bet on Chairman Meow?
I would not have bet much because that's money taken away from my animes.
All right.
Also, already behind on child support.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay.
Probably would bet 100.
All right, you made 200 back, and you're mildly sad that you did not bet more because everyone's making money, but you apparently.
No, it's fine.
All right.
And I'm in my fucking Ronin Cyber outfit. Like the guy, you only put one arm in the armhole, but I'm an octopus, so I have
right.
only 4 arms in the armholes.
You put on your squid kimono, which is my favorite thing. And so yeah, are you going to go meet with someone from There's No Going Back?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I am.
All right, I have a question for Pietro. How do you feel about you leave the Scum District and you think, oh man, finally my team and I we're gonna go somewhere that's not awful, and then you immediately go to an actual scum swarm. How does Pietro feel about this?
I pull out my bottle of cleaning fluid
Oh boy.
and apply liberally.
All right. Yes. Let me generate a random name.
Did I mention that my character is also OCD?
Yes, you're constantly cleaning. You see a guy, and I use the term guy very loosely because he's got like 6 arms, and each one of them has a katana in it. And he's somehow given himself 2 robotic eyes, and his hair is spiked up and dyed completely yellow. And he's constantly screaming. And you see him yelling at some dudes to pack up boxes onto the scum swarm. And you see that they're packing them onto the Ronin. So do you approach him or do you look for someone else? Because I will spend all day describing people on the scum swarm if you let me. Do you approach this dude?
Do I realize it's the same person I met online?
No, it's someone completely different. He's screaming, and you notice his mesh name is, oh boy, Sephiroth Goku.
The Stampede.
And he is you see that his on the Scum Swarm he is known as a Super Saiyan. And I mean that in the most literal sense. He's a Shogun Super Saiyan, and he leads 1,000 men when they go on their ship and recreate battles. So, yes, do you want to talk to him, or do you want to find someone else to talk to? Do you want to talk to Sephiroth Goku, or do you want to talk to another person on Scum Swarm? Basically, who do you want your contact
I'd like
to
to
be?
hunt down someone whose idea of a good time involves mostly being on the mesh all day.
So you hunt down a guy who's on the Millennial Swarm, or the Millennial ship, and he's got a big scraggly beard, and he's in skinny jeans that he's rolled the legs up on. He's rolled the cups up on, and he's drinking a microbrew, and he's like got the glazed look of a guy who's on the mesh, and he says, "What's up, bro?"
Hey, copyright infringement on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you literally a millennial? I'm sorry.
Not
I'm
yet.
sorry. Sorry. He's got a Portland accent, and he's literally the worst. Anyways, he's
Oh, my
apparently
people.
he's a typical hipster. And he's a guy on the ship the Millennials. So he's what adults think millennials are, or I suppose I should say old people.
Let
Because
me
I'm
tell you
also
about
an
my
adult.
IPAs.
Anywho,
When being a hipster becomes retro, does being a hipster then make you a double hipster?
yes, his name is Bongo Ride Cosmic Flight. Would you like to talk to him or Sephiroth Goku? God damn it. God damn it, I'm not drunk enough for this. Drink, drink, drink.
I think I'll go for the guy whose habitat I could probably clean while he's mentally away.
So Bongo Ride Cosmic Flight. Oh,
No,
boy.
the anime guys are also pretty filthy.
Right, but they won't be
Boy.
away most of the time, you see. That's the difference.
So Bongo Ride Cosmic Flight says, hey bird dude, what's up, man?
Oh, also he's a
What
hippie.
can I do for you? What are you doing here, man? And then he continues to drink from his fucking shitty IPA that he microbrewed himself. Okay, I'm gonna go off on a
Okay,
tangent.
stop describing
So
me.
what do you say to this dude? God, no, Eve, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're a hipster.
I'll have you know I'm homebrewing a stout right now. I actually
I'm
am.
drinking a Smirnoff. I have a 6-pack and now it's a 0-pack. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anywho.
Also, he's drinking Space Soylent.
Yeah. So anyways, he's looking at you kind of expectantly like, what do you want? What would you like to do, Pietro? You're the guy who contacted him.
I'm looking through my stuff, seeing what adds up for this particular role.
All right, cool. He's also dressed in flannel. Oh wait, no, he's not. Cause I wear flannel. Shit.
Cyber flannel.
I wear flannel because it's the dress of my people, the lesbians. That and a snapback. That's no joke. I went to the club yesterday dressed in exactly that. And I met my
Wait, both of
ex-girl.
those horrible bracelets from the 90s?
No,
That's something I completely
no.
unfamiliar with.
Snapback is like a type of hat.
Okay.
And I met my ex there, who is a cop. So there we go.
What the hell is that snap bracelet?
Literally search snapback, you dum dum.
No, I'm trying to remember the other stupid 90s thing.
It was a snap bracelet.
It's snap bracelet.
Let's talk about the 90s. Oh shit, why did I make a shift to the 90s? God damn it, I fucked up.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't
You
know.
don't know. They don't have this
Remember
anymore.
Bobby's World? It was a good show.
God damn it.
Kids these days.
Okay, we need to focus on this game. We need to
All right.
focus.
I'm rolling an intimidation basically to get this conversation over as fast as possible.
Okay. I
And
will give
because
you-
this is my first interaction with this person, I get a plus 10.
I will give you an additional plus 10 because this guy is both high and drunk, and you are a scary, scary parrot.
Oh, it's a fucking baseball hat. God damn it.
So you can
All right.
an additional plus 10 to your skill, not your roll.
Right, and so
fucker.
that's a 75 I need to roll under.
Okay.
24.
All right. He's suitably intimidated. So how do you like intimidate him? Like, what do you say?
You, the fat fucker.
Ow, man. Like, words hurt.
Wait, where are we going? Sorry.
Bright. You want to get to Bright, and you know the scum swarm's gonna pass in front of it on their route to, I think, like Titan.
I am going to the Bright. You are going to take me there. And I am not going to pick out your eyes.
Oh man, calm down. Like we can arrange that, man. Don't just calm down. He pulls out a ukulele and quietly strums it.
Ding 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 ding.
He says, all right, dude. Like we can't actually dedicate ships to it, but we do have a escape pod you can use if you'd like. But
Fine,
like
it is fine.
it's gonna cost you. Like I can't give it away for free. It's a communal escape pod.
Oh
Like, you do a
god, fuck
favor.
this guy.
You do a favor for me, and I do a favor for you.
How
It
about we
belongs
skip
to everyone, man.
that part because I intimidated him?
I mean,
I've got money I will pay.
you'll pay. Oh man, I could use that money for microbrews. I mean, I was gonna have you do a thing with the triads, but so
Oh.
here's perk up at the mention of triads.
Small
do you wanna question him
microbrews
about
only
it, or do
cost
you
like
just
40
wanna-
credits.
Like I'll let you with the intimidation. I'll let you go through and just pay credits. But he's talking about the triads. Are you interested, or do you just want to pay the credits and move on? Up to you, Pietro.
What do you fucking know about the triads?
Oh man, we had like a deal with them. The 14K. We were gonna get like an artifact from them for the swarm, but like they pushed the date back, and like we're leaving now, and like I would just need you to pick it up. It's really easy, man. I'll give you the credits to pick it up, and like if you negotiate a cheaper price, you can keep the credits. So up to you. Do you want to do this thing for him, or you just want to pay the credits?
Well, I'm thinking that if it's an exo artifact, that Pietro will steal it, essentially,
All right.
or arrange to buy it for himself and thus steal it out from under this unclean person,
All right. Perfectly fine.
and use it to basically pay off the firewall,
Like yeah, man.
since
It's
they're
just
interested in that stuff.
I just need you to like pick it up. You and your friends. I mean, I've never.
This is me thinking, my character thinking to himself.
Yeah, no. He just needs you to pick it up. That's what he wants. That's the favor. Go
Dude,
pick
you
up
just
a
said that
thing.
whole monologue aloud.
If you go pick it up, you can ride for free, or you can pay credits. Up to you.
I'll pay him.
mhm. Up to you. He
So do
just
I know
knows
how
that
much?
the swarm's leaving right now, and the deal is to pick it up right now. So like they need someone to pick it up, but all their people are like dedicated to getting the swarm ready to leave. Like it's like 20 ships. So it's really not feasible for them to pick it up, but if you go pick it up, he'd be grateful and you
Ask
get a
how
free
much
ride.
the deal is for.
What was that?
I ask him how much the deal is for.
I mean, we were gonna pay like 20K credits, but like if you can negotiate them down, you can keep the remainder. It's an
Sorry,
old
what?
Earth artifact.
How much was that? I was reading something when you said the number.
Sorry, 20K credits, but if you can negotiate them down, you can keep the remainder. Like we just really want it. We think it would be like a great centerpiece to like Atomica.
All right, so this is my man, and I quietly broached the subject to the other two characters in
By
case
the way,
they might be wanting in on this.
you can literally be Facebook messaging each other. Like there's a PC hive mind in this game, and I expect you to use it. Go nuts.
Yeah, okay,
Right,
let's do this. That's way better than
So, essentially, my idea is to get the artifact for this guy, get a free ride, and then quietly steal it on my way to the escape pod.
Oh, that's perfect. Yes, that's good. I think
Well, I still want to talk to
LUC-45 will...
Sephiroth.
Because, I've got that kind of, but it's all tied up in bonds in the inner sphere.
The inner system.
System, yes. That is the
All right.
word.
Yep, you can do that. That's up to you. I'll let you roll for like pickpocketing or whatever. Does everyone want to go with this plan, or what?
No, first off, I'm talking Sephiroth.
Okay, I literally cannot scream because my voice is kind of raw, but
Yeah,
imagine he's screaming at you constantly.
I'm rolling my knowledge of
Alright.
the greatest art form the Earth has ever produced,
Anime.
so I can communicate with him through the ancient Japanese art of two
Okay.
buff men screaming.
Alright, perfect.
He's trained in the art of Wii fighting. I'm gonna have to try punching and kicking.
He's trained in the art of Hamon or Harmon or whatever the fuck it was.
The
called,
Hammond. 78, which is a success.
78. Okay. He recognizes you as a fellow weeaboo, and he grabs your hand, grabs your hand. You're shaking hands, and then your muscles flex at the same time.
Oh my god, do they do the fucking Predator handshake?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. He shakes it. Your hand. Oh man, you feel pumped, and notice coming off of him is a glowing aura. But
Tiny bits of rock are floating up from the ground.
Yes, but you recognize it as a virtual reality type thing, an augmented reality, it's holograms. But you're pumped the fuck up. Oh, you're acting anime as possible. You gain a moxie point for this session only.
Yeah.
Yes, so every character has a motivation, and they gain moxie when they follow it. One of Peeves is be an anime. So by acting like an anime, he gains moxie. So he says, "Brother, what can I help you do?" And you notice that it's like his mouth is moving, but the words don't match up exactly. Which you realize is probably like a delayed effect he created to match up with your Japanese animes.
Perfect. Beautiful.
So he's asking you, what can I do for you, brother? It's exactly that long.
Yeah, I need passive. Yeah, I need to get to Bright Anarchy.
Oh man, I would gladly take you to Bright, but as you know, there's a price that must be paid, and basically he's offering you the same deal. You can pay at rep if you'd like instead, for passage, or you can just go on the mission. Even though the
yeah, okay,
Yep.
I will explain in a very overly verbose way. If I accept his offer and will go on permission to retrieve beside him.
He looks to the sky and starts screaming in joy. And then his hair grows longer and even yellower. I've gone to Super Saiyan 3! And
that'll be on.
You part ways. As he grows a monkey tail.
That will be on Super Saiyan 3.
So I take it you're going to go retrieve the artifact?
Yeah.
All right.
Bouncing up and down.
Let me send you a picture of the artifact that you're going to retrieve.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Cool. This is not going to be...
This is the artifact that you have been sent to retrieve. This is the image you receive over the mesh. It is a bottle of
Coca-Cola.
Cola? You're not sure.
Coca-Cola.
So, it's pretty simple. You just show up to the place.
Oh, I've seen this in one of my animes. I believe it's called Coca-Cola.
Don't worry, you will get a chance to roll your anime skill. I'm not kidding. So, yes, it's basically pretty simple. Go to this warehouse.
I am disappointed because it is obviously not an alien artifact.
Yeah, but it's still worth a lot. If it's an actual Earth artifact, it'd be worth a lot of money. So
yeah, but it's not worth a lot of money to me, so that's why I'm disappointed.
Anywho, it's basically pretty simple. Go to this warehouse. 14K will be there. We basically pay them 20K or try to negotiate them lower. Grab the artifact, leave, bring it to us. So the first part's pretty easy. Go to the warehouse. Go to the warehouse. There's a bunch of guys sleeved in Asian podmorphs kind of looking like they used Asian gene stock. And they kind of nod to you. You noted Pietro, you notice that they've got tattoos on them that identify them as 14K. They kind of nod at Pietro, yeah, we kind of recognize you. So it might be easier for you to negotiate with them because you've already opened negotiations with them before. So you go into the warehouse, they open up a briefcase, and it's a bottle of Coca-Cola. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Please, Reaper, roll your art, old Earth anime. Thank you.
22.
All right, critical success. You notice that this does not match up with your animes. You've seen Coca-Cola in animes before, the product placement, and it reads Coca-Cola, and its tagline is made with real Pepsi. This is obviously not the authentic thing. You can share this information with your team over the mesh, like privately, so you can just literally tell them, and then you can decide how to act from there. That's up to you, but it's obviously a fake. With your critical success about Coca-Cola,
Oh, yeah,
what do you do?
yeah, I should tell the others.
You're all aware that this is a really shoddy fake. So what do you do?
I say excellent. We can hit them with a discount and then not tell the people we're giving it to.
That's perfectly acceptable, man.
Let's do it. That sounds
All right.
great.
So, Pietro, I assume you're going to be the face of this. How do you want to, open negotiations? You obviously know it's fake. The 14K are pretty sensitive about stuff like so.
Start spitting everywhere.
I hold back initially and let Reaper step forward and point out the inconsistencies, first of all.
All right, I will give you a plus 20 on any roll that you make for negotiations.
I do so very quickly and excitedly, with name-dropping multi-animes.
The 14Ks look a little angry, but obviously how Pietro goes next is going to determine if it's going to be a shootout or if it's going to just be listen, we know that it's fake, but we'll buy it from you anyways at a discounted price. So Pietro,
yeah,
what would you like to do?
Going for that second thing.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll. They want to get rid of it. Apparently the old Coca-Cola bottle broke. They fabbed up a new one. It's not as good. If you can pass it off to the whatevers, they'll do it. So how much are you asking for? How much are you willing to pay, Pietro? You have 20K to work with.
I open with 5K, but with the the subtle the indication that the indication that this is a negotiation and not my final offer.
Okay. So you kind of haggle back and forth, no, 15K, no 10K, blah, 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 blah. So we're gonna kind of cut that. What is your final offer that you want to make them? What is the ideal price you want to get them at? Keeping in mind that they countered offered 15K, so it's kind of been going up, but it's not at 20K. So what's your final offer?
My goal offer would be 8K.
All right. Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll with a plus 20 because you obviously know it's a fake, but you're kind of willing to work with them on this. So go ahead.
So that would be a roll of 70.
Don't fuck it up.
52.
Yeah.
52. All right. They're willing to meet you at 8K. Maybe 9K. They kind of haggle for a little while, maybe 9K, maybe 8.5K, but eventually you get them down to 8K. So you walk away with 12K in your pocket. So you can divide that up however you want, guys. That's up to you. You can argue about it. You can whatever.
I say Pietro should get.
I'd like to offer Reaper half.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I will accept that. I have no scruples.
Reaper, you gain 6K credits. You can buy so many animes with that.
I sigh deeply and unsheath my email browse client.
Alright, so there's 6K left. You want to share any with Chet or what?
I'd like to keep the other half because
I didn't do shit.
anything.
I didn't do shit. I
Alright.
was useless in this situation. I understand.
Alright, perfectly fine. 6K credits is credit to your account. Perfectly fine. You pick
I
up the
sigh
bottle of...
deeply and send the
Mhm.
2,000 credits to
Alright, perfect.
my brother, grumbling
Perfect.
bitterly.
Perfect. You pick up the bottle of Coca-Cola.
I say,
Um,
sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
say in the email, this is only because you're taking care of my brothers.
Alright, so you pick up the bottle of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. So, here, you bring it back to the swarm, to... who do you want to bring it back to? The hipster guy or the anime guy?
Hipster guy, anime guy might have the same sixth sense.
Alright, perfect. You bring it back to him, and he looks it over and he's like, I mean, it doesn't look like it is in the picture. So basically,
I can
he
upsell
notices-
it.
Yeah, you definitely can. I was gonna say, do it, man. What do you do? How do you do it? Deception might be good. Persuasion might be good. Whatever feels appropriate. Go ahead.
Deception is since I've got endocrine control, I've got a +20 modifier to deception checks.
Do it. Lie to his face, you parrot.
Also, my deception is 70.
Hey, that's
Do
almost as good as
Without
my
the
anime
bonus.
knowledge. Oh.
Do it, man. Do it. Let's see what happens.
3.
3. Okay, I'm actually gonna roll a counter roll. And I'm just gonna say his skill at Old Earth is 30, because he's actually pretty fucking bad at it. Alright. He actually got a little bit better than he got a 9. He's like, I'm not sure, but you get the sense that like maybe you could bribe him a little bit to just like, dude, I got you a better deal on it, and I ended up saving 100K. So you could like bribe him a little bit, or you could just kind of keep working at him. I'm gonna actually let you talk about it. I have to go to the bathroom real quick because I drank a 6-pack in under an hour. So up to you. I will be right back.
Well,
So a higher roll in a contested roll is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
you
sense.
want to go
Unless you
higher
roll over your
underneath
skill
your
limit.
limit. Price is Right rules,
Yep.
except for doubles. Shut up. It's not a perfect metaphor.
The Price is Right rules is like rolling. It's like guessing the exact amount when you're down at the showcase.
Well, what as close as you can without going over. But yeah, if this was the anime guy, I could try to out-anime him, but this is the guy from Portland or whatever.
Portlandian.
So
He's from Seattle.
that's one. Yeah, that works too.
Who's from Seattle?
The guy we're talking to. That
We're
trying
debating if he's from
Uh-huh.
Seattle or Portland.
He's from Neo Seattle, Portland. Sorry, actually, let me rephrase that. He's from the Seattle Portland Metroplex, which is a real thing in Eclipse Phase. The two cities grew into each other. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. The two cities grew
Oh my
into
God.
each other and became a giant city. You're
Oh
welcome.
wow.
There's also the Chicago Metroplex, which is like the whole fucking state, apparently. Anywho, so what did you guys decide? More specifically, what did Pietro decide? You gonna bribe him or what?
Well, what would offering like a lowball bribe be able to do for my roll?
he'd literally just accept 1K. Like, he'd be happy with that. He'd be like, okay, yeah, sure.
Or you can offer him less and try to persuade him.
I don't know. I mean, I've got a 90. Might as well just try again.
Don't forget about Moxley.
Well, how fast does Moxie replenish?
Yeah, you can try again. You've got to take a different tact, though. So, what did you roll last time? Persuasion or what?
My last roll was deception.
All right, you've got to take a different tact. You can't use deception again. Like, he's seen through the lie, so maybe you can try and like, but it's a really good fake, or it looks pretty authentic. So, up to you. But
actually, I think I'd just like use charisma on him.
All right, that's fine. All right, so charisma. What is the strain modifier on charisma? This is actually pretty important.
-1.
-1? Okay. So I will just say if you use charisma, you automatically succeed, but you're going to take some, the way async powers work is you take a little tiny bit of damage. So -1, so it's a d10 -1.
Yep. Might as well, demo the power, so. Do it.
All right, oh my god, I rolled a 7. So, on your character sheet, what is your WT? That's your wound threshold. So you take 7 damage as you start to like.
Well, it's divided by 2, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, this is what happens when I have drinks when I run Eclipse phase. So
I take a total of 3 damage.
Yes, 3 damage. So your
wound threshold is 4.
Okay, so you aren't damaged yet. Once you hit your wound threshold, you take like a -10 to all your actions. But
actually,
your brain
I won't get a -10 until I get 3 wounds.
You have medicines and stuff. Okay, great, perfect. Your brain hurts a little bit, and like a vein in your eye pops, and your like eye goes red. But he's like, "Yes, I accept," and that's literally it. So you gain passage on the "There's no going back." So I will let every character describe what they do on the scum swarm. You've got like a couple days. So I'm gonna start with Reaper. Reaper, what do you do on the scum swarm?
Okay, so
I know what you're gonna say.
You binge watch FLCL 80 times.
Excuse me, that's pronounced Fooly Cooley.
Please tell me what you do. You're heavy on historical reenactment, so what do you do?
Oh, I'm animating the hell out of it.
All right, you quickly become. Please tell me of your deeds.
So let's see. I'm a wandering Ronin. I slay the cyber dragons.
Oh my god! Yes.
I rescue the kawaii princesses and princes.
All right.
I go to a Japanese high school.
Of course,
and
of course they have those
wacky adventures.
You're on the run, so of course they had those in the shogunate period of Japan, anime high schools.
And the anime high school is completely cool with me carrying all my swords around in the school.
Oh my god!
And fucking around with them doing lessons.
You become known as Reaper 8 Hands, the dread squid of the cosmos. So by the time you leave, I will give you +1 or +1 app rep, so you're back to 20. Because people like you because your anime is shit. So if you choose a place that complements your personality, the anarchist will like you. Surprise, surprise. So Pietro, where are you?
Also, I'm taking a bunch of space Twitter photos and shit.
Perfect. Yourself gets on Twitter and is like, "What the fuck are you doing? God damn it!"
Bro, I'm going to Bright. What up?
Stop cosplaying. So
it's a way of life, man. It's a way of life.
Pietro, keeping in mind that you can literally make a place up, what are you doing on There's No Going Back?
Well, I buy a crate of cleaning supplies before I get
Oh
on,
boy. Oh boy.
and I apply it to my quarters and to the mess hall, and I avoid every other room while I'm on
Alright.
board. Also,
Alright.
also,
Mess hall is just a brewery.
I catch up on my paperwork that's safe to transmit across the mesh.
Alright. Do you have any @rep at all?
Not anymore.
0 @rep.
Alright, so you don't lose any because people are like, oh man, he's lame. But you do your work, so you gain 1 GREP, which is the criminal networking type deal. So
Sweet.
they're happy you're doing your work. So finally, Chet, what are you up to on the SCUM Swarm?
I am teaching them and having them recreate a historical documentary I once saw called Goldfinger.
Oh my god, yes.
And we
Okay.
spend the next several days just basically role-playing Goldfinger the
Yeah,
entire
that's
trip.
basically the
Alright.
50s ship.
Right, you're on the Atomica, and I'm going to say that you bringing this rare historical play to them is definitely worth something to them. You gain 5 @rep.
Yes!
They are so happy right now.
Do I increase that in
like, you
awarded
do-
and not points, right? Or does it not matter?
Hold on. It doesn't really matter because you're in character creation. Go to the I think it's the rep tab.
Yeah,
where it's like
and then
@ rep. You can just
yeah.
add 5 to that.
Okay.
So yeah, you gain 5 @rep. They really like you. So by the time they leave, they're like, the Atomica, like they're really sad to see you go because you're obviously a very good historian, Chet. Like you've obviously studied your old Earth stuff.
Yeah.
So
Next time, I'll let you know about the wonderful tale of Golden Eye, which is different,
oh my god.
but
And
still
let me
within
tell
the
you
same
about
vein.
the great traitor, George Lazenby.
All right. So you get into your escape pod that they're giving you. That's basically what it is. And here's the deal. They're going to shoot you in the general direction of Bright. So I hope you're ready to steer that thing. They shove you in there. You get a little message like, good luck, guys. We love you, Chet. You're the greatest historian of our time. And then, boom. And then they fucking shoot you towards Bright. You quickly realize the AI, like, it starts contacting Bright, like, we'd like to dock, all that stuff. And Bright is completely silent. Like, there's nothing coming from Bright. And you realize your ship's not going to dock. It's literally going to shoot through Bright and keep going. And you're probably going to be dead if you don't do something.
No, it's fine.
So-
So keep waiting for a while, then all the lights will turn on the dark side of the planet to spell out
Ooh.
"Welcome back."
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. No, I've got this, guys. I fucking got this. I'm
All
going
right.
to use stunt driving, and I'm going to
All right.
stunt.
This isn't a car.
It doesn't
Oh, boy.
matter. It's stunt
It's
piloting.
stunt, yeah.
Whatever. Stunts. I'm using stunts.
All
And I'm
right.
going to have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to
Oh lord.
aim
This is good.
the thing.
Out of interest, what is your piloting skill, Kalon?
60 for
He's
stunt
rolling-
driving.
Yep, go ahead and roll it.
So no, but I want to describe what I'm doing first. So as it's
Do it.
as it's being shot out,
65.
I
oh
wanted
lord.
to I want to aim it into like an air dock and then have it scrape against the floor and then sort of skid and like sort of turn and then come to a stop right before it hits a wall. That's what I wanted to do.
Perfect.
Please
Oh,
God.
the Star Trek version of this cutscene
Uh,
just suddenly
you also-
appear.
You also gain 1 Moxie for doing cool 6 stunts, which is one of
Oh.
your motivations.
Yes.
So if you fucking fail this, you can use Moxie.
Yes. All right, here we go. 48.
48?
No, I read that wrong. 84. Fuck, I'm re-rolling. I'm using a Moxie to
You
re-roll.
can flip it. You can
Flip
flip it
flop.
to make it a 48.
Yeah, then I'll make a 48 with my Moxie that I
Alright.
just turned.
Okay, perfect.
Convenient.
You make it a 48. It looks really bad. It looks like Chet doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and it looks like you're gonna crash through a window, and then Chet's like, hold on, let me actually do this correctly.
Yeah.
And then you do a couple flips, and then you fucking scrape across. And he's like, it's more dramatic if you think I was gonna fail. And then he
Even though
fucking
Kayla
walks
doesn't
out.
know about JoJo's catchphrase for good grief.
Yare.
Yep.
So yeah, you do exactly what you described. It's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
So you are now docked on Bright. You dock, and then the ship opens up, and you hear a little cheery voice, cheery male voice say, "Welcome to Bright, the future of transhumanity." Now scanning to see how smart you are. So you feel this like invasive probing kind of, and then it's like, none of you are qualified to immigrate to Bright. Please
What?
enjoy your stay here.
I
You
got
need to have
the
at
code as
least-
a fucking 25, bitch.
You need to have at
40,
least
fuck
40.
you.
You need to have at least 40 to immigrate to Bright.
Oh.
But please enjoy your visit to Bright. And then all your muses are the Mesh on Bright is sending us an end user agreement. Do you actually want to read it, or do you just want to automatically accept it?
Listen. I'm a busy action star. I don't have time to read.
Mhm.
I just click agree and
Mhm.
move on.
All right.
No,
Who else is
I
reading it?
carefully
I asked
cut
Sammy
open
to summarize it for me.
the CD case.
All right. So this is who's clicking agree and who's actually like skimming it at least.
I am not just clicking it.
All
Hey,
right.
asshole. Is there anything bad in here?
So everyone that's not Chet is actually taking the second to look at it, and it looks like it wants to download a Skillsoft. So, Chet, you have a skill
Wait.
of 40 in the language Anglang 156. Let me type that out for you.
Okay. So I just gained this. Fuck yeah. Just not
Yep.
reading the thing just
That should not be
Pays off.
England. I don't know why that's England. Did it autocorrect? Hold on. There we go. It should be Anglang. So yeah, you automatically download it. You have it at 40.
156 and I have it at 40.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally, perfectly fine. So you guys noticed you actually want to agree now. It's gonna download a language to your
Wait,
brain.
no, that's knowledge, that's not language. Knowledge
Yeah,
is not
that's
language.
Hey.
Who accepts
How do
after reading it?
How do I erase? Oh, there we go. I got double click.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
accept.
I
He
just
totally
shrug.
accepts.
I mean, this is why I got the hyperlinguist augmentation. So I don't
Okay.
have to do this sort of thing.
All right, so everyone's accepting? Is that what's happening?
Well,
or
absolutely.
what?
I am not
Yep.
accepting. I just
All
said
right.
And my guy's
I am
totally
relying on
accepting. He
hyperlinguist
has
instead.
All
the
right,
trait where
Beatrice.
he is not good at danger.
All right, so Reaper accepts. So you also have it, correct?
Accepting.
Also,
All
my
right.
character is just anxious in general and does not click on things. He does not know
All right.
exactly what is happening.
Nothing bad happens to you, but you have limited access to the mesh if you did not accept. So you're basically set in like kid mode. So you can't look at hyper porn. I'm so sorry.
Dang.
How about
Um,
ultra porn?
Well, that's
no,
fine,
not even
'cause I
that.
can't really do anything on the mesh anyway, so
Okay, so
no
yeah.
big loss.
So I also have
you-
Angland. Or
Yep, you do. Angling 156. It skill of 40, so it's probably stacked with your cog or whatever. So congratulations.
so that's ranks of 40 or total skill
Yeah,
of.
it's ranks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I speak English better than any of these languages I spent years learning. Fuck that.
You presumably speak common better.
Well, I mean, I speak English. English is native, but Cantonese, Japanese, Mandarin, I only have 25 ranks in those. Fuck it.
What?
So yeah, you're doing pretty good. Ranks is different from like your total skill. So you speak it pretty good. It's a skill soft, so it's literally just like an app you run. So yeah, you dock, you leave the docking station, and the first thing you see is please give me a composure roll, which
Oh.
is your willpower times 3. Please give me a composure
Willpower
roll.
times
Everyone.
3, so that's
Yep, I'm doing it.
75. I got a 54.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have a 40 5. Will.
Once again, I fucking reversed it, but still, it's the same
All right,
basic.
perfect. That's fine.
I got a 52.
What is your willpower times 3?
45.
45? Okay, so you failed. What did Pietro get?
Sorry, I've been doing some other multitasking stuff here.
That's fine.
All right, composure is what times 3?
Will times 3.
Okay. I think I can get under a 75. 20.
All right, so if you succeeded, you're hardened against violence. But if you fail, you are going to take, oh boy, this is going to be fun. You take 8 stress. So, who failed again?
I did.
All right, good. What's your, oh man, I forget what it's exactly called. I think it's insanity rating. Go to generate character sheet.
No, I have my character sheet open. What is the
Give me 1 second.
Oh, there it is.
I literally forget
IR?
what the, what is your IR?
60?
60. Okay, I'm trying to remember what the abbreviation for your give me 1 second. Let me look it up. Sorry, I'm pretty good at this game, I swear.
It's fine.
Your TT. So your trauma threshold. What's your TT?
6.
6. Okay, you've gained a temporary insanity.
I think those are called derangements.
Yes. There's a difference between temporary insanity and derangements. Derangements are more permanent.
No, I thought that was the other thing, the disabilities or whatever.
Whatever. You gain something that's not good. So you have a -10 to all your actions because you're a little insane, Reaper. Because you just here's what you see. You see someone you recognize very clearly as Lambert, the person you talked to. There's a lot of blood around her neck, as if someone has ripped her cortical stack out. And she's dead. Like, she's permanently dead because her cortical stack has been ripped out. You don't know where it is. So she can't be restored from backup. She's, like, draped over the Farcaster, which is, like, the thing that, like, would make it so that ecos could leave. People could leave the station without taking a ship. She's 100% dead. She's draped over it. So you feel like a compulsive need to clean up the blood. Like, Reaper, oh, this is really gross. You need to clean it up. You need to tidy up this area. You feel a compulsive need.
I eat one of my comforts so I don't join him.
All right, yes. So, feel compulsive need. You other two, you feel fine. Like, it's a dead body. Chet, you've seen a lot of dead bodies, mostly yours.
Yeah, I mean...
And
I probably should have used a Moxie. Oh well.
And Pietro, you've seen a lot of dead bodies.
I've actually probably seen a few bodies myself.
So you see that there is a flicker box, which is a type of thing that firewall agents use to make sure that they can leave messages that won't infect people who see it. You see there's a flicker box at the base of the Farcaster. So what do you guys do?
Apparently I'm cleaning with all my 10 limbs.
Yeah, you're fucking busy cleaning. I
look at the I'm trying to determine if this is a werewolf, vampire, or zombie attack. I need to figure out which you can give me an idea check, which is cog ×3 or int ×3.
Hey, I've got a question.
I have a better int than I do a cog, so I will use int ×3. So let's.
All right.
No, I failed. I got a 91.
Yeah, you can't figure it out. Pietro, it's your question.
Well, one of my motivations is serve the Night Cartel.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if doing paperwork for them while on the ship would give me any benefit. Yes, you can gain a moxie.
You can gain a moxie.
Sweet.
All right. So if Pietro would like, he can also roll an idea check or an investigation check. Idea check is cog ×3 or int ×3, whichever's higher. So up to you.
What's insight?
What was that?
What's the insight check? Because you.
Oh no, investigation. It's a skill.
Okay.
So you can like be a Sherlock, basically.
Yeah, investigation is not my strength.
All right. You can also roll cog times 3 or int times 3, whichever's higher.
Cog times 3 is higher.
All right.
I think I'll actually roll investigation since I have a 60 in that.
8.
Got an 8. Okay.
I got a 30 for investigation.
So, Pietro, you realize that, she probably removed her own stack, which is kind of gross. She dug it. Its stacks are generally at like the base of the neck, so she dug into her own neck and ripped out a tiny like little diamond thing. You don't know where it is. Chet, I need you to roll me another power times 3 check because you realize where it is and you're not very happy about it. So go ahead and roll that.
That's cog times 3.
Willpower times 3.
Willpower times. It would be the same.
Yeah,
no, actually, it would be 15 higher. I am fine because it would be a 75, and I rolled a 45. All right.
You realize that you notice across the room there's a plasma bolter, which is usually used to like shut up the hulls of ships. You see that it's like to the side of her. You realize she ripped her own stack out and then shot it with a plasma bolter, destroying that copy of herself, and then shot herself in the head. She permadeathed herself. And it's fucking gross.
She committed super suicide. This is different from my kind of suicide, which is fun and inventive.
I would like to roll.
All right, Pietro.
Knowledge exsurgent virus.
Please do.
$18.
All right. You realize that as a firewall agent, she would definitely know about the exsurgent virus, at least in some level. She's been in the organization for a long time. Based on what you have, you don't know what type it might be, but there's definitely a lot that would cause you to rip your own stack out and kill yourself if you were a firewall agent. You do know that she might have recorded something on the Flickr box for you guys to see, so you can turn that on and take a look at it. But other than that, you know that it's bad. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, I'll grab the Flickr box and turn it on.
All right, I will say at this point, Reaper, you've kind of gotten out of your fugue of cleaning. You still have a -10 to all your actions, but you don't need to compulsively clean at this point.
Okay.
So who's watching the Flickr box?
Well, obviously me.
Anyone else joining Chet?
Yeah, sure. This blood doesn't bother me at all.
Are you sure this isn't an anime? You might not like it.
I decided that maybe I should just listen to it for the first time through.
All right, so you turn it on, and it's the way the Flickr box is designed is it's flashes kind of randomly so that you don't get brain hacked by an X threat. So in between like the burst of static and the random like dropping of the video, you hear, "Oh God, I hope Firewall sent a team and that you're listening to this. If you aren't Firewall and you have no idea what it is, there isn't time. You just have to believe me that this message is important. I can feel it working on my brain. It's making it hard not to think, to talk. Oh God, listen, I don't have much time. But you have to destroy this station." And then your muses stop translating. Like up to this point, she's been switching languages. She goes from Mandarin to Cantonese to Hindi to Japanese to Spanish it's just all over the place. And then at this point, it goes unknown language. Your muses can't translate. Oh God.
I would like to
actually
step in.
All right. Actually, at this point, Pietro, you don't know what she's saying unless you try to actively determine it.
I have hyperlinguist. I can attempt to translate unfamiliar languages.
All right, give me 1 second. Chet and Reaper, you recognize the language. You understand it perfectly. She's going on and on about like concepts you don't really understand. Pietro, go ahead and try and comprehend it. Let's call it a luck roll, unless it has specific rules for trying to translate a language.
There are rules. I'm trying to look them up.
I think as you can understand it twice as fast. So why don't you give me a... do you happen to have a skill that's like linguist or anything related to that?
The character receives a +10 modifier when attempting to interpret languages they don't know.
All right, I will give
So
you.
I'll have to look up language next.
I'll actually say it's probably base cog or whatever the language skill is +10, so you can try and understand it. I think it's intuition. Okay. Excuse me. So whatever it is at base, +10. And if you spend time actively trying to learn it, you learn it twice as fast, I believe the rules say. Yeah, it's int. So what's your int? Intuition. Oh no.
Oh no, I think we lost
All
it
right,
again.
yeah,
No,
There we
I
go.
guess doesn't really anything
Yeah.
specific about that. So
Yeah, so we'll say int +10. So what's your intuition?
$15.
All right, so
So that's
25.
under 25.
If you can try and understand it. And you know what? I'll give you an additional +10 for reasons.
I'd like to use my Moxie point to switch the numbers
Okay, so what
because
did
I
you
rolled
roll?
a 91.
All right, so you got a 19 instead. Yeah, you think you get the gist of it. You gain Angling 156 at 40 immediately. There you go. You also gain it. You're not sure why. You think you understand it. So I'm sure that's perfectly natural. Good job, guys.
you really did.
I'm so glad that you did what you did. Anyways, so after the unknown language, it goes, oh no, I just used it, didn't I? Listen, Bright needs to burn. The exterminator didn't show up and the whole complex needs to be burned down. Burn it, please. I've set some explosives around the lab, but I can't detonate them. Unknown language, which you're starting to recognize as Angling 156. It knows what I want to do. I've only been able to last this long to install the seal softs, but it's burning through them like crazy. And then here it gets a little weird. The sky is a stomach turned inside out. The ontological implications of quantum ethics means that we are unable to fully understand the implications of the philosophical illusion of string theory and the flexible nature of the universe we occupy. I'm sorry. Tell Firewall I'm sorry I didn't do more. And then Lambeth points her plasma bolter at the ground. You're not sure why, except for Chet. You're pretty sure she's destroying her staff. Before raising it to her head with tears streaming down her face, and she kills herself. Everyone that's not Chet needs to roll a stress test, which is composure ×3 or will ×3.
I did specify at the beginning.
Yes,
that I will
you don't
not
actually have to
watching.
do it. You just hear blaster shots. You're like, what?
Oh,
what's that?
because you said Chet, not Pietro.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I have to roll it.
No, you do not. You already know this happens.
Oh,
You're
okay.
fine. So just Reaper. Reaper needs to roll it.
Haha.
What'd you get?
I'm going to use a Moxie to re-roll that.
Re-roll and not just reverse the numbers? Wow.
Yeah, they got a
I'm
76.
curious.
Oh, 70s. Yeah, that would, yeah.
I would roll my game.
What is your willpower ×3?
45.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You're my
That's why I
favorite
didn't go
person
so
right
well
now.
the first time.
You're my favorite person right now, by the way.
45.
All right, you're fine. That's actually the best success you could get, barring like a 44. So you don't take any stress. You're like, yeah, this happened in one of my animes once. That's how you justify it yourself.
Okay.
So,
This is something similar happened to this in Neon Genesis Evangelion.
all right,
Like
so
one of
we've
the
been
Japanese
actually
animes.
going for 2 hours. So if you'd like to stop here, you're actually at the firewall portion of the scenario, or we can continue. It's up to you. I don't know how long you guys want to go.
This is a good stopping point, actually.
All right. So
okay.
the door, I'll just say this, the door opens and you see like the main hub of the station. So you are going to probably investigate next time.
Can I just roll exertion virus again?
Yes, you can actually.
Now that we have more details about this particular strain.
Yes.
2.
A 2. You're pretty sure you should not have been able to learn the language as fast as you did. Like, you're actually pretty concerned about that. You understand it pretty well. You don't know what's up. You're actually mildly concerned.
Mild concern. The worst type of concern.
Yeah. Like, how did I learn this so fast? And then you're trying to think back, and you're like, no, I always know it. No, wait, no, I.
And it's probably that burrito.
Can I request little Sammy to remove the information from my brain?
Oh boy, you want him to do it? Okay, he's gonna roll.
Yeah, psychosurgery.
Yeah, he's gonna have to psychosurgery it out. She's gonna have to psychosurgery it out. I'm gonna assume that's one of the skills you have at. I think it's 40, right? Let me see if she can do it. All right, she actually cuts a huge chunk out of your brain. It's not precise, it's not pretty, but you don't remember the language, and also you don't remember the color purple.
That's okay. I've actually got ultraviolet vision, so I remember several colors above that.
All right.
Yeah, you remember
like ultraviolet, not violet.
So I will just say this before we close. Do you want to share this information with your friends your team, who might have been infected? Up to you.
Well, after I stopped screaming, I explained why I was screaming earlier. So yes.
Yes. So it seems that Angling 156 is pretty dangerous. Do you want your muses to cut out the? Actually, Chet, you could just cut it out of yourself if you wanted to.
Yeah,
you have psychosurgery at 60. Okay.
Go ahead and roll. 60. At 60. All right.
I believe you do.
Easy peasy.
Like that.
Easy peasy.
You could actually cut it out of Reaper's head too, if you felt like it.
I'm going to use a point of moxie to reroll because I got a 79. There we go, 43.
All right, it's not pretty, but you cut it out, so remove that skill from your sheet. And you don't remember what it feels like to smell the color of rain. Your brain is really fucked up.
Damn it! Fucking,
yeah, it's not pretty.
You don't have ozone. Ozone's such a good smell.
You don't have the tools and station stuff to do it properly, so you're pretty bad. Reaper?
No, I'm not fucking cutting that shit out. I was psychosurgery of 10.
You could get Chet to do it, or you could say that one of your muse's skills is to do psychosurgery at 40. So up to you. I will say though, everyone that does do psychosurgery is going to take 2 stress because it's very, very violent and not super good for you.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, so what do I?
Everyone takes 2.
So,
you just under.
How does damage work?
2 stress.
Okay.
It's stress. It's not damage. Damage is different, but you have for stress you have something called the trauma threshold. Which one you hit, you get a temporary insanity or whatever. So.
Oh god, my trauma threshold is huge. It is.
You actually have pretty good. You're all brains. Which
12. I am all brains, aren't
You'll be fine. You also have a thing that your trauma threshold, because you have a cyber brain. Anywho, so yeah, everyone that cut it out of the brain takes 2 stress, just straight up. It's violent. It's not good. You don't have the proper equipment, etc., etc. So yeah, but you remove it, and you're feeling pretty good. The only who hasn't removed it is Reaper, which you aren't sure if he has it or not, but. So yeah, I think we should just end it there. The door opens. You see the rest of the facility, and it looks perfectly fine. You should be fine. It's going to be fine. The end. All right. So
Aren't you
Any-
glad I didn't sign that thing before?
Still got it anyway, idiot.
Yeah, you did. And you
Yeah,
will
but
find
how
out
I-
why you got it.
But how I
Later.
got it, yeah, that made all the difference.
Yeah, you'll. I promise it will be explained later. So questions, comments, suggestions for me, so I can improve.
Oh no, this was fantastic. I loved it.
Here, drink more.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so that's Eclipse Phase. We'll probably play it again, I assume. I don't know.
Not next week. Next week is going to be
Yeah,
Fellowship
next
again,
week's
but
is Fellowship.
probably the week after that we will probably continue this because this is
Everyone,
fun and good.
Go on to Twitter at @followapewa and chew him out for missing this.
Yeah, because this is
Yeah.
cool as hell.
He's gonna show him next session as a forklift. I don't know what was going on, man. I was just shot at the station by Firewall.
Just burst through the wall. Ah, John Cena.
I mean, literally one of the ways you could have
Step to a
gone.
Slim Jim.
One of the
Dun,
ways you could have
dun,
gone
dun.
is you could have written Ice Asteroid, aka an Ice Asteroid, because every station needs water, and the best way to do that is to shoot an Ice Asteroid at it. So you could have just strapped yourselves onto one of those and tried to dock using that at a -50 penalty because all they have is a rocket booster. So
Let's
there
see.
you
The
go.
stunt driving entrance myself.
Yes. So yeah.
So our
I
current
guess-
goal is to destroy this place, pretty much.
Yeah, that seems like it. Maybe
And-
Firewall also needs information. So like
Okay.
what the fuck happened would also be good.
Okay.
But destroying it is your number one goal.
Okay. I already have a plan. How close to Jupiter are we?
You're closer to Saturn.
Saturn.
Also, by the way, here's how I do like XP in Eclipse Phase. So everyone gains 2 XP for showing up. And then you
Okay.
can
Wait.
nominate people for res, up to 5. So what you want to do is go to your character sheet, go to the character tab on the top next to file, go to character advancement mode, click that, and then that should take you to character advancement.
I've already
Um,
done that.
All right, so everyone
Uh,
gains 2 res.
So wait, I go to the character tab.
You are already set up for that.
Oh,
For
okay.
that. Yeah, so everyone gains 2 res for showing up, because that's like a big point. Everyone gains an additional 1 for advancing the plot in a significant way. Everyone work towards advancing the plot in some way. And
Okay.
then you jerks can nominate each other for res.
I-
Up to 5.
I would
the
like-
cap on res is 5 total.
Okay, I would like
So-
to nominate 3 res to Bobbin for getting us the fake me out Coca-Cola.
2 res, because the cap on res you can earn per session is 5, unless I'm feeling really nice. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I thought it was.
Sorry, yeah.
I thought it was 5 for the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, two for the fake me out Coca-Cola. I would like to nominate
Alright.
him for that.
So Bobbin's capped out. I will also do a special nomination after the players have finished nominating everyone. So
Okay.
I would like to nominate whoever helped me get that bottle.
Wow. Rude.
That would be Heave. Heave did nominate.
Sorry,
Heave
sorry,
did help.
but I keep forgetting that one of you is old action movies, the other one is old anime movies. You just
Hey.
blend in together
How could you
a
forget?
little bit for me.
how could you forget?
21st century anime.
It's such a distinction.
Listen,
All
let me
right.
tell you about these boys playing volleyball.
So Heave is up to 4, Callan's up to 3, Bobbin's at 5. I will actually do a special GM nomination for Callan just because, like, he stayed
I'd
pretty in character. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to nominate him for an extra point for performing
Yes.
auto brain surgery.
Yes. So you're at 5, Callan. Heave is at 4, and Bobbin's at 5. So unless
So
there's
what
any other
were you
nominations,
what were you nominating me for? Because
Yeah.
I didn't hear that whole thing.
I will say that just for staying in character, you're a crazy stunt action guy, and you were like, I'm just gonna kind of sit back because there's no stunts needed to be performed right now. And then when you got behind the wheel of something, you were like, Time to stun it up, motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. You
And
better
fucking
goddamn
do a
believe
wheelie.
it.
So yeah, I enjoyed that, even though it was like kind of hindering you because you didn't like actively interact, but you stayed in character, and I enjoyed it.
Hey, no, when it comes to role playing games, when I'm not the GM, I am the kind of guy who just sort of sits back and doesn't say anything until his character has something important to do, and then I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker, I'm all over this shit. Hold on.
All right, perfect.
That's
So,
the
yeah,
kind of player I am.
All right, so he is at 4 and everyone else is at 5, and if Abe
Hey.
joins us, he's at fucking 0.
Hey, you're like Goro carrying plates.
Can we spend these points right away, or do we have
Yes,
to wait?
you can spend them or
Oh.
you can save them. It's up to you.
All right. Well,
Character advancement is 1-for-1 for skills, and everything else is literally the exact same. So
okay.
there you go.
All right. I'll talk to you more about it in Skype or
Mhm.
whatever, because we should probably stop the recording and the streaming, because that would it's
All
probably
right.
boring to watch people talk about leveling up. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. You can send me the audio if you'd like. I'll put it on my channel under one of my Eclipse Phase things. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Or not. Who knows?
Either you or Bobbin. I'm not sure if Bobbin wants to put the Eclipse Phase or just the Fellowship stuff up on his channel or not.
Yeah, I already have an Eclipse Phase.
I have not been
Whatever.
recording.
Well, I've been
Callan
recording.
has.
I could send you the audio if you want.
No, I still need to catch up on Fellowship anyhow.
Okay, yeah, then
Spoilers!
Eclipse Phase will go to Julia, and
Yes.
you can deal with Fellowship then. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Spoilers,
bye
I
everybody.
literally just fucking upload the audio, so who cares? I literally just put a picture and just upload the fucking audio.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like Eclipse Phase, it is free technically. I don't
Yes.
have a link right on me,
It's
but
literally just Google Eclipse Phase
Eclipse Phase, yeah.
PDFs Rob Boyle.
yeah,
and you will
it's
find. Yeah,
it's all
good.
free because apparently the creators are anarchists, and even though they say if you like it, pay us
No,
money,
no,
you
creators
don't
are
have
scum.
to.
Yep, it's Creative Commons, so don't feel
Oh,
bad
okay.
about torrenting it.
Yep.
Just literally download it.
Just go ahead and download it. Bye, everybody.
Wow, so much.
Hey, let's